Best part. Mic check, 1 2. Mic check, 1 2. Can you guys hear me? Hopefully audio is good. You guys ready to do this? Monday morning? No, it's not Monday morning. It is Monday afternoon. Well, at least it is for me. What's going on, guys? Happy Monday. Welcome to hashtag TNT JoeFi Tech News that Jerome Ortega finds interesting. I am your host, Jerome Ortega. Today is episode something because I lost count, and today is also day something in quarantine because I also lost count. And to everybody else around the world, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you're at. Hopefully, everyone had a good weekend. How was your weekend? Mine was fairly busy. Have a lot going on. I actually ended up buying some new gear over the weekend, some new camera stuff and some new audio. So, but that'll be for higher production videos coming in the future. I have a couple other ideas too, but yeah, hopefully your weekend was good. Nice to see people coming in the chat. I don't know. There's a good amount of news, and then just some stuff that I kind of want to talk about, but we'll also go through the chat and see what's going on. Deepak Murthy was first to say hello. Hey Jerome, hey Deepak, how's it going, man? Welcome to the stream. Team Varai, excited for our Fire Stick to come in the mail. I'm pretty new to this stuff. Hey Jerome, happy Monday, Team Varai. You've never had a Fire Stick before? I had one and I modded it. I actually modded one for somebody because somebody wanted one, to kind of catch other shows or whatever. Is that what you plan on doing with it? Is there a new one that came out? Is that why you're talking about it? Or is this just one that you wanted to mess around with? I guess I should ask, what have you been using beforehand? Because I've never been a big Fire Stick person, only because I've just been using my Chromecast forever. I have a Chromecast and a Chromecast Ultra. Well, I have an Ultra now, but yeah, I haven't used it in a while because I don't have a TV. I just have this monitor that's in front of me. I have 2 monitors. That's all I got right now. So hopefully it treats you well. Keep me posted. I haven't been out of that loop on the Fire Stick, kind of modding what do you want to call it, community, a bunch of pirators using the Fire Stick. But keep me posted. Let me know what you plan on doing with it. Hopkins, hey Hopkins, welcome to the stream, man. Team Rye, if I didn't say welcome to the stream as well. Hello, Pixel 4a delay. I hope it is not true. I don't know. And so if you guys saw the thumbnail, I was calling it a Pixel 5 Lite. Now, I didn't get that from anyone. That's just in my head about maybe they're trying to do something different, but we'll talk about it. We'll see what happens. So Team Verizon says, hope they release the 4A early. They're going to fail on this front. Yeah, and so like that's how I've been feeling, but I also have a different opinion about, well, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. Big House Productions. Hey, everybody. Hey, Big House, how's it going, man? Welcome to the stream. Nice to see you make it right on the dot. What's going on? Brian in here as well. What up, everyone? What up, Brian? What's going on, Mel? Welcome. Team Verizon says, haven't used any streaming TV box before. Really? You just been watching TV? Are you old school, Team Verizon? Still using cable? Did you cut the cord? I'm surprised. Most people by now have used something. Y 2019. Hi, Y. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Nice to see you again. As always. Brian says Google be acting a fool, and they might very well be. But let's talk about that. Let's actually get into that as our first story. So, if you guys didn't know, if you didn't see the thumbnail, this article from Android Authority is saying, now the Pixel 4a, oh shit, I want to put my face in here. Here we go. It's much better with me in here. This article from Android Authority is titled, now the Pixel 4a is rumored to be released in the fall. But does it make sense? That's a really good question. Does it make sense? I think for the longest time now, I've been saying this makes zero sense whatsoever. The fact that they have a Pixel 4a and that they have supply and that they are not releasing it or selling it to the public, to me, I think is a bad marketing move. Now, I am not a marketer for Google. I mean, I work in marketing. I have worked in marketing, but I just think if I was Google or if I worked in the marketing department at Google or Android or whatever, I'd be like, why are we not releasing the Pixel 4a? What are we waiting for? The iPhone SE is out and we can, compete with them. What are we waiting for? Coronavirus? Everything that's going on right now. I mean, I guess those are fair, valid points, but at the same time, I feel like people would still, I think there are people who don't want an iPhone SE. So, and they have maybe $400 to spend as their phone. And now instead of getting an iPhone SE because they don't want an Apple phone, they're buying what? A very expensive Galaxy A51, which I don't think is worth the price. What is the A51 at? 300? I don't know. What else is around that you can get right now for under $400 that's decent? Other than the A71 I bought, but not many people know about that deal. They don't want to buy the international version. Did you guys see that too? So I have my A71, right? That I bought for $365. I just heard that they are releasing the Galaxy A71 5G for $600. Same exact phone, except it has 5G and it costs $200 more, which is very expensive. But let's go into this article. I want to talk about the Pixel 4a. I want to give you my thoughts. I want to, engage chat, see what you guys think, how you feel about it. So a popular tipster suggests that Google Pixel 4a could launch in July, but release in October. First of all, that makes no sense. You're going to talk about the Pixel 4a in July and then tell people it's not coming out 3 months later. That is an awful marketing move. Awful marketing move. I understand if you want to announce it and then say it'll be available for pre-order in, at the end of the week, kind of like how Apple does it. And then they start shipping it out shortly after. Who's going to watch this and be like, I can't wait 3 months down the road to buy this phone? Just doesn't make sense. Another leaker reports that the phone could have a different name. And this is actually why I was kind of thinking Pixel 5 Lite. A third tipster believes that the Pixel 4a is launching, quote, very soon. So there's no concrete evidence about anything. We don't know what the truth is. We have no idea. So I guess the best answer is the Pixel 4a is coming, but it might not be called a Pixel 4a, and it could come out as soon as next month or as late as October. Do with that what you will. So, where is the Pixel 4a? Google's mid-range smartphone was previously tipped to launch in May, then June, then July, and now reportedly it'll only release in October. According to leaker John Intel Processor, Google will launch the Pixel 4a on July 13, but will only bring it to market on October 22nd. Intel Processor attributes the, I need to stop saying Intel. I just thought it was funny the first time and now it just sounds dumb. Processor attributes the source of his information to some system listing, but doesn't quite specify where and how he came across it. Oh, I didn't know that either. So just, I'm sure people talk and they leak stuff and, you know, whatever John Processor got, he's just sharing. So again, it seems Google has delayed Pixel 4a. This is a tweet, obviously. Announcement still happening on July 13, but in the system, it's listed that the quote black model now launching October 22nd, barely blue, has been removed entirely. So a lot of this also is, I don't know, it's very weird. It also makes me realize that none of this is concrete. So there's no blue model anymore. And then the black is showing on October 22nd. I don't know. Just something seems fishy. Why would they have an announcement in July if everything is going to be launched in October? And I'm not saying October 1st either. This is like third week of October, like late, coming into late October at this point. Did he take a screenshot from The Verge? Yeah. So John Processor, Pixel 4a, I'm confused too, but here's what I know. Timelines got pushed due to market conditions, not due to supply chain. Units are ready to ship. Again, units are ready to ship. Announcement July 13, market launch, just black August 6th, barely blue October 1st. Pixel 5 likely pushed back also. Oh, okay, well, I didn't know that part because then that kind of refutes what I was going to say here, according to the confusion, but I'll give you my ideas about it anyway. Adding to the confusion, tipster Ishan Agarwal suggests that there might not be a Pixel 4a at all. Instead, there might be 3 models in the Pixel 5 series. Oh, okay. Well, that's kind of what I was trying to get at. The Pixel 4a being one of them. Agarwal clarifies that there is no solid evidence to back this information, but says that even if the rumored Pixel 4a launches, the name of the phone might be different. I received info this week that there might not be a Pixel 4a at all. There may just end up being 3 models in the Pixel 5 series. Again, that is what I was thinking. And maybe this is the better marketing move at this point, but we'll get into that. But I wasn't able to reveal this as there was no solid confirmation. Well, even if the Pixel 4a launches, the name may be changed. Okay, so that's just the same retweet. So which leak makes more sense? To be honest, Processor's claim doesn't quite add up. Why would Google launch a phone in July? Yes, thank you. And release it 3 months later in October. Not only would this be detrimental to the sales of existing Pixel 3a stock, but there has never been such a big gap between the launch and market release of any Pixel phone. I also feel like it bears to note that the fact that the Pixel 3a is on sale now, right? It's been on sale for a bit now. Just makes me think something is coming, maybe. Or maybe just Google doesn't know what they're doing and they're just going to release stuff whenever and price stuff whatever. But I think there has to be a reason that they've been dropping the price on the 3A lately. And then the fact that the Pixel 4 is now back to regular price, right? Am I not mistaken? Isn't the Pixel 4 back to $800, which nobody should buy the Pixel 4 at $800, by the way, just FYI. So some would argue that Google did the same with the launch of the Stadia. The game streaming service was first announced in March of 2019, but it only went live in November that year. However, that's not really an apples to apples comparison, and there's no evidence to support that the Pixel line will adopt a similar strategy. Still, if by some long shot Google decides to launch the Pixel 4a on July 13 with an October release date, it would definitely be quite a departure from what any smartphone maker is doing right now. Most brands aren't putting off new launches anymore, and they're certainly not holding back the release date of new phones by months. It's possible that Google has simply delayed the launch of the Pixel 4a to October, in which case Agarwal's unconfirmed information makes more sense. The coronavirus pandemic has undoubtedly taken a toll on smartphone sales, and maybe Google just wants to be cautious about not releasing a new phone in such adverse marketing conditions. Okay, so there's kind of a lot to kind of unravel here. I still think with all the rumors that have been put out, everyone talking about the 4A, the release of last year's 3A, you would think that they would at least try to time it around the same time as, when the 3A came out. For everyone to talk about it and then for them to delay it and then delay it again and then even just push it out to October, it just doesn't make a lot of sense. So here's where my thinking is maybe what they want to do now is they just want to completely kind of revamp and stop having an A series. Maybe what they want to do then is just offer a cheaper version of, I don't know, it sounds kind of weird to offer what a Pixel 5 Lite or whatever you want to call it. I just put Lite there because that's what people are calling their lower end phones. It's a stupid name, but whatever. It's just weird that if they would even call it a Pixel 5 something with Pixel 4 camera hardware, but maybe that's something they'll do if they price it cheap enough. That's where my thinking is maybe what they'll do is in October or whenever they decide to release the Pixel 5, they'll talk about the regular Pixel 5 and then they'll talk about their cheaper version and then their higher end, Pixel 5 XL, just a bigger screen. I'm hoping that they didn't make a more expensive version where they add something to the Pixel 5 XL that you can't get on the Pixel 5 because that would piss me off. And hopefully that's not the case. There are a lot of people who are waiting for this Pixel 4a, me included. I really wanted to test it out. I was so impatient that I ended up buying the Galaxy A71 because I wanted to see how a Snapdragon 730 chipset runs. And it runs pretty good. It does hiccup here and there, but it's not awful. It's actually pretty serviceable. Serviceable isn't the best word either. It's decent performing. It's just, that you're not running a high-end chipset when you're using it. I don't know. I don't know where to go with this. I don't know how to, is Google shooting themselves in the foot? I think so, especially if they have stock for the Pixel 4a. I don't, and then what? They're pulling that blue color out. I don't know. That little leak by John Processor doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I would take that more with a grain of salt than, I don't know. An October release date for the Pixel 4a. We've been waiting for this now for months. What's going to happen is this OnePlus Z is going to come out in July and people are going to forget about this Pixel 4a. I mean, what if OnePlus surprises us? And the OnePlus Z has a great camera? I really don't think it will, but what if it does? If it does, that would be that would kind of be maybe not a nail in the coffin for the Pixel 4a, but a really big hit to them. I mean, the OnePlus 8 Pro has a decent camera now, right? Or at least so they say. And not only that, but the OnePlus Z is apparently, it might be priced between $350 or $400, and it's going to have a Snapdragon 765G chipset, which is the same chipset that's going to be coming into the Pixel 5. And the Pixel 5 will probably be priced even higher. So there's a lot of factors at play here. I don't know how I feel about it. and I just want Google to do. I just want Google to be Google. And well, no, I can't say that because Google being Google isn't the best plan of action here. I'm just ready for Google to produce regular products and have their marketing team do what a marketing team's supposed to do. But I don't know. I don't know. Okay. So I see a $2 super chat from Jay Mill. Jay Mill, what's going on, man? I haven't seen you in a minute. What's good, Rome? Not much. Same old, staying busy doing these streams, but glad to see you. If you didn't know, Jay Mill, these 2 p.m. streams are now regular, always on the dot. I think I did it at 2 p.m. on the dot all week last week. So no more like, is Jerome going to be 15 minutes earlier or later? It's always going to be 2 p.m. at the dot. But Jay Mill, the $2 super chat, thank you for the support. Appreciate it so much. Thank you for for going that extra mile or step or whatever you want to call it. I will add you to the July super chatters in the intro and outro of my live stream. So thank you, J Mill. Hope you're doing well. And Brian with the $1 super chat. Brian again with the continued support. This is super chat number 70 something, I'm sure, in a row. Brian, thank you for the support, man. Thank you as always. Thank you for being a moderator in the chat and making sure everyone feels welcome and keeping the peace. Keeping the peace. Anyway, Brian, thank you. All right, guys, let's scroll back up here. Let's get into how you guys feel about it too. Big House says, I'm off today. I get to catch the whole show live. Well, I'm glad you could make it. Team Verizon saying just YouTube and Netflix via laptop and phones. Yeah, that's kind of my life right now, except I have my desktop. I use my MacBook Pro too once in a while, but that's about it. Enforce, yo, Enforce. What's going on, man? Welcome to the stream. Nice to see you. Glad you can make it. Okay, so let's see here. Big House says Pixel is pissing me off. Bring on the OnePlus Z. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. At least in the tech community, the tech community is just gonna be like, well, forget the Pixel 4a then. I'll just get the OnePlus Z, and when the Pixel 4a comes out, then I'll think about it. But by then, if it comes out in October, then the Pixel 5 is going to be here. So why would you want the Pixel 4a if you're just going to get the Pixel 5? Unless the Pixel 5 is going to be priced like ridiculously expensive. But yeah, I don't know. Enforce says, nah, Lite is a bad moniker. A is better. But here's the question. If they release it in October, are you following me? If they release the Pixel 4a in October, does it make sense to call it a Pixel 4a in October? Or should they call it a Pixel 5a? That doesn't make any sense then to me. That if they call it a 5a, because it's not that advanced to be calling it a 5a. But I hear you. I don't like Lite either. It's not my thing. But yeah, we'll see. Y says maybe the lineup will be Pixel 5, Snap 730, Pixel 5 Pro, and Pixel 5 Pro XL with a Snap 768. Hopefully, yeah, I hope so too. That's a good call. Man, a Pixel 5 at a Snap 730 though, that just doesn't sound right at all. So long, John Processor. Yeah, god damn it, that's his name, right? I didn't even flinch, I think, except when I said Intel the second time. Team Verizon says, so long, by the way, welcome to the stream, man. Nice to have you. Team Verizon says, barely blue, more like barely there. I'll stop now. Y says just to seem like an iPhone and do that horrible pricing for the pros just because they are quote pro. I feel ya. Hamed is in here. Hamed Al Shamsi. I haven't seen you in a minute. Hamed, how's it going, man? Welcome to the stream. Glad you can make it. Hey guys, glad you can make it. Appreciate you stopping by. Enforce says, I mean, they have time till August. My temporary M30 is champ. There you go. I am very much impressed. Wow, 10 to 12 hours screen on time. Crazy. Tectonic is here as well. Yes, Tectonic. Hello. Hi. Yes. How's it going? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Nice to see you. I'm impressed with the Exynos 9611. It does heat up a bit, but it's snappy. I've never messed with the Exynos 9611. I'd have to check it out. Thank you for sharing your feedback with that. Big House is saying, yep, with the specs of the OPZ. With the specs that OPZ has, I'll buy it. Yeah, I don't know who wouldn't. especially if it comes in at under $400. I think the OnePlus Z will be probably one of the better phones to buy in 2020, especially with the competition that's coming out now. Because right now people are like under $400 iPhone SE, but OnePlus Z with a Snap 765, 6 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of internal storage, what a triple cam is what they're saying. I think that would be a pretty good deal. 90 hertz refresh rate, I think, is what they listed as well. It might be a very high spec phone for the price. Bang for the buck is what I'm thinking here. Okay. Oh yeah, Enforce is saying 4,500 milliamp hour battery, 25 watt charging, 2 front facing speakers like the 3A, 765G, 128 gigs of UFS 2.1, under 500 euro. Thank you for sharing. I'll actually have to take a look at that. Deepak is saying, yeah, OnePlus Z is telling me, grab my money, take my money. I don't blame you. And I think a lot of people feel that way. J Bill, no problem. I'm usually busy when you go live, so I catch you when I can. All good, man. I know 2 p.m. is a weird time for people, especially people in the States who are working. So if 2 works, or, whenever you can make it is always appreciated. Appreciate it. Whatever. That just sounded weird. Yeah, Google has been messing up rotation lately for sure. Google is a little bit confused on the hardware side, and very true. Okay, guys, before I continue on with the next story, if you guys haven't had a chance, if you are in the stream right now, please consider liking the stream. Liking the stream helps me in an algorithmic kind of way, aka I think it helps people find the stream, helps people talk in chat. And if you haven't said hi in chat, feel free to say hi. We're a pretty good community. We have important things to say and how we feel about stuff, and we're not trying to bite each other's heads off with Team Apple or Team Android or Team Samsung or Team OnePlus or Team Google. I think we try to be very civil and have a good conversation. So feel free to like the stream, say hi. And I do stream every weekday at 2 p.m. Central. So also consider being a subscriber. So you get notified of when I'm streaming, and you get a chance to join the community. Also, with that being said, if you are in the stream and you see people with green in their names and you see a red Chicago star next to their name, that is because they are a member of my channel. They're part of the Phone Jerome fam, and you can be one too for as little as 99 cents a month. All you got to do is click on the join button somewhere on your phone or desktop or iPad or whatever you're using. And yeah, for as little as 99 cents a month, you can be a member as well. You'll get the green in your name, you'll get the red Chicago star, and you'll get to use custom emoji, which is great. And then there are other tiers as well. If you want to support in other ways, you'll get access to my private Discord and other stuff. So feel free. Again, you just click the join button. If you can't find it, just go to youtube.com/Phone Jerome/join. And I'll leave it at that. Just again, if anything, it's a way to support me, and however you can support is appreciated. So even if it's just liking the video or liking the stream or subscribing, it means a lot to me, guys. So thank you so much. Okay, let's move on. Let's continue on. And since we're talking about the Snapdragon 765, which is what's going to be on the Pixel 5, which is what's going to be on the OnePlus Z. Well, maybe the Pixel 5. Maybe we'll get lucky and get the 768G, but I don't know. But another phone that's available now that has a 765G is the LG Velvet. This article from Slash Gear says the LG Velvet launch roadmap revealed. Here's what to expect. Let me ask you a question. Who is waiting to buy an LG Velvet? Anybody? Is anybody willing to buy an LG Velvet for $700 right now? Or are we saving our money for something else? I'm not judging. I mean, if you want to spend $700 for an LG Velvet, that's cool, I guess. But I'm saying I'm not judging, and then I'm saying it in a very condescending way. But yeah, I personally like the LG Velvet. I think it has awesome colors. I think the design is nice, but I think it's overpriced. That's how I feel about it. And hopefully this is not the same trend that Google follows when they price their Pixel 5, if it's going to end up having the same chipset. Hopefully it also won't be $700, but we'll see. Okay, over the past couple of months, we've seen a lot from the LG Velvet. The phone is already available in Korea, but today LG revealed that it'll soon be launching in other regions around the world. The rollout will first happen in regions around Europe, And then in the weeks to come, we'll see the phone spread to new markets in North America, Asia, and more. There are a few interesting things about the LG Velvet, but perhaps one of the most interesting is its John processor. I couldn't help it. I'm sorry. The Snapdragon 765G, which comes with an integrated 5G modem to save on space and power. The Velvet is compatible with the LG dual screen for anyone that uses that dual screen. And the phone itself features a 6.8-inch POLED display that outputs a 1080 resolution FHD. On the inside, we'll see that Snap 765G paired with 6 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of storage, but it also has a built-in micro SD slot. So you can expand storage to 2 terabytes, a 4,300 milliamp hour battery, and it supports Qualcomm Quick Charge 4 Plus technology, has a front-facing 16 megapixel camera. And then on the back, you get a 48 megapixel main with an 8 megapixel wide and a 5 megapixel depth. It even has a headphone jack. It says here, which is definitely a rarity these days. But then I also have to add that even though it has a headphone jack, if I've been reading the reports right, there is no quad DAC in here. So if you're looking for higher end audio, which LG is usually good at doing by adding a quad DAC or adding their quad DAC or whatever, it is no longer in the Velvet. So you're paying $700 for a Snapdragon 765 that looks really nice, has really nice colors, but I have no idea how good the cameras are. And you're not going to get that same audio quality that you would typically find in older LG phones. So keep that in mind. $700, guys. Okay. The phone will be arriving in several European markets this month, namely Germany, Italy, Spain, Hungary, and Poland. In the weeks following that launch, we'll see the phone spread to North America, Asia, the Middle East, Africa, and Latin America. No word on specific regions, release dates, or pricing was revealed today, but we'll let you know when LG shares more. So yeah, it's a nice phone. I just think it's overpriced. And whether, I guess the only thing we can do is wait and see if they're going to change the pricing here in the US or for you guys in Europe or Asia or wherever else. I just don't know if they're going to really change the price that much elsewhere around the world. But I don't know. Maybe they will, and maybe we'll get lucky. So we'll see. Okay, guys, let me scroll back up here. I see a couple new people in here as well. I see Raf B. I mean, not new. Raf's been in here before. Raf B. Hey, Raf, how's it going, man? Welcome to the stream. Nice to see you. Oh shit. Team Rise asking Jerome, did you get to see that KFC console? I did not. I forgot. I was supposed to watch it after that stream. I've been so busy lately. I have a ton of. I always say I have a ton of things going on. You guys are probably sick of me saying that, but no, I didn't see that, and I do want to check it out. I would share it here with you guys, but I also don't want to put audio and then get a copyright thing on it. I will check that out. Definitely, Team Varai. Infor says, what came into my mind now is that they could take the 128 gig version as an option, but put it as eMMC. Are we talking about the other phone? Oh, yeah. Hence why I said UFS 2.1. At least UFS 3 would be phenomenal. Yep. Yeah, eMMC is just painful to be worked with. Okay. Hold on. Adeni? Am I saying that right? Adeni? Ajayi? Sorry, Adeni. If I'm pronouncing it wrong, please let me know. Jerome, hi, great job, man. Thank you so much. To me, Pixel is really pissing me off right now. 4A to launch in July and release in October when iPhone and others are releasing their phones. Yeah, for sure. And that is. I mean, not only do you feel that way, but me included, and probably a lot of people in this chat feel the same way. But Adeni, thank you so much for joining the stream. I don't think I've seen you in here before, but appreciate you stopping by and making it. It's nice to see. It's nice to see someone new come in and be part of the community. So thanks for stopping by. All right. Deepak is saying nope. Maybe for 500 I would buy it. Yeah, I feel the same way. Enforce is saying, Enforce is saying for the Velvet Max 500 euro. So it is a tough price to pay for an LG Velvet, especially knowing that like the OnePlus Z is going to be coming out. That's going to have the same chipset for probably under $400. It's hard to justify paying that much for the LG Velvet. Team Verizon says, "Gah, I hope LG redeems themselves. Their recent phones have hidden potential, as pointed out by some gadget guy in his reviews." There you go. Fair enough. Yeah, and Force says, "I mean, no quad DAC, drop the price." Also a fair point. Raf B says, "Pixel 4a will ship with Android 10, right?" I believe so. Maybe it'll ship with 11. I don't know. I guess it depends when they ship it out, right? But yeah, 10 for sure. 10 for sure. If so, who would want to buy that if Google does release it in October when Android 11 will be available by then? Well, there you go. That will be a wasted update out the box. It's also a fair point. I'm glad you brought that up. I didn't even think about that. My bad. My MacBook died. I would buy a OnePlus device if they used an ultrasonic fingerprint sensor. There you go. I haven't used a recent OnePlus. I don't know how good their fingerprint readers are, but I've heard it's been good, right? Am I correct when I say that? For people in the chat who owns a newer OnePlus, aren't the fingerprint sensors way better? Like I have a OnePlus 6T and I'm not thrilled with the fingerprint reader. Not to mention the fact on my 6T, when you press down on the fingerprint reader, it gets so bright. I remember when I first had that and I would try using it in the dark, it would just like blast me in the eyes. It was awful. That also sounds really wrong, but it was very bright. Okay, so Deepak says, "So sad LG dropped it. It's wonderful, the quad DAC." I agree. Yeah, big house. The LG Velvet doesn't have a quad DAC, at least from what I've read in articles. Now, I don't know if anyone can confirm that. I don't know anybody that has an LG Velvet, but from what I've read, and I think in multiple articles, people are starting to confirm, or at least in the articles, that it doesn't have a quad DAC, or at least they don't mention it. But yeah, so yeah, I mean, Enforce is saying the same thing, no quad DAC. So I don't know. We'll see. All right, let's move on, guys. What do I got here? Android. Oh, this is what I want to talk about. This article from Android Police. Android's upcoming AirDrop like nearby sharing feature pops up in developer video. I didn't see this video. I don't know if there was an actual video for it, but if you guys are not familiar with AirDrop, it is such an awesome feature that I use on my Apple devices. So I have a 2015 MacBook Pro. It's 5 years old, right? And I use my iPhone 11 Pro to take pictures and videos and whatever. And AirDrop is such a nice feature. I can just take my pictures and video and literally just AirDrop it to my MacBook with no wires. It's just such a nice thing to have. Something that I never used before. I always talk about how I don't I don't use wireless for charging, but I use AirDrop. Like it's that efficient. And it's really simple to use. So apparently Android is working on an AirDrop feature. And I guess, what is it? Is it called nearby sharing? Is that what they're calling it? Let's get, oh shit, I see a super chat here. I will get to that super chat. Thank you. But let's actually go through that article and then I'll scroll up. But real quick, RSI LINNYC. Thank you so much for the super chat. I'll get into that, but let's finish this article first. So, the wait for an Android Beam successor may finally be coming to a close. One of Google's developer-oriented videos for Android 11 published to YouTube today clearly shows a quote nearby option in the share sheet. So right here. But is that what that means? Oh yeah, it's the nearby. So how this would work really quick is like, let's say you had files, pictures or videos, or I don't know, maybe other files that you wanted to put to your, well, I'm assuming PC, right? I wonder if it would work for Mac, maybe not. But imagine you had like 5 pictures or whatever, and you needed to upload it to your PC to, so for someone like me, the reason I upload that stuff is I use it to video edit. I use the pictures for photo comparison videos. I take video of myself. For you guys that don't know, I have another channel where I film myself eating. And I have to take that video and I have to upload it so I can edit it for my my food videos or whatever you want to call it, and I just airdrop it, and it's so nice. Anyway, so continuing on, that's how this nearby feature would work. So one of Google's developer-oriented videos for Android 11, shows the nearby option. Though we're not familiar with the new icon, that name and its location in the sharing menu seems clearly related to the nearby sharing feature we've been anticipating for the last year. Details surrounding the new feature have been spotted circulating for over a year when it was called Fast Share in development. Since then, Google has switched the name Nearby Sharing. I think, you know what I have to say here. This is also something very annoying, is the fact that Google keeps changing the names of everything. I don't know how often Apple changes the name of their stuff. I feel like they sit together, they figure out a name, they say this is what we're going to call it, and then they keep it at that. I have a what is it called? The Google Mini Speaker, or the Hub. I ended up getting a Hub because I had that $100 credit from Google when I bought my Pixel, which I guess kind of offsets the price of my Google Pixel 4, but still it doesn't, because I never opened that Hub because I have no use for it. I think I found someone to buy it today for like $60, but I lose money on it anyway. So anyway, that Google Mini Hub, or that Google Hub or whatever, is now called a Nest Hub. And right, the Google Mini speakers are now called Google Mini Nests or something. I don't know why they just keep changing the name. Like even Google Wi-Fi isn't Google Wi-Fi anymore, right? Everything just keeps changing names, and I think you confuse the consumer when you do stuff like that. And I understand they want to try to make things, more centralized, everything sounding the same or whatever. But man, they really need to get on the ball about doing better when it comes to streamlining this stuff. Okay. So yeah, now it's not called Fast Share. It's going to be called Nearby Sharing, I guess. Earlier this year, XDA developers got the feature in development working to test it, and they discovered the new AirDrop-like file sharing system was also much faster than the solution it replaced. The video doesn't actually show how the feature would work. The appearance of the new, quote, nearby button is incidental to the subject the video discusses, but it's definitely new, and it probably reveals part of how the feature will work, rather than just appearing as a target together with other apps further down in the share sheet, as it did in the earlier tests. The new feature gets top billing, at least in some circumstances, right next to the option to copy content to your clipboard. This may just be a mock-up, and things could ultimately vary when nearby sharing does finally manifest, but details like these indicate where and how it'll probably appear. I'd further wager that this points to the feature landing soon, perhaps with Android 11's release later this summer, even if it's built into Google Play services, and may ultimately end up working with older versions of Android as well. So this is a feature, this AirDrop-like feature for Google nearby sharing, or whatever it's called. This is something I'm waiting for. I would really look forward to having this, because it would help me, instead of, connecting my Pixel 4 every time I'm doing a video, to just push it to my PC, or however it's going to work. Hopefully that's the case, and hopefully it works just as well as AirDrop. And if it comes out for 11, that would be such a wonderful addition to Android 11. I mean, Android 11, it looks like, has a couple of good things already on it. I have the 11 beta on my Pixel 4, and it's pretty nice. I like a lot of the features that's in there right now, and including screen recording. So that's such a nice feature. But to add an AirDrop esque feature would be very nice as well. So okay, guys, let me scroll up here. I want to get to the super chat. So again, RSILIN NYC with a $5 super chat. What's up, Jerome? Still listening in at work? Well, thank you for dropping in. And even if it's just listening, I appreciate that. And I'm unfortunately not surprised with Google, because I'm still waiting on my Pixel Watch. Yeah, we should have a poll of when you think the Pixel Watch will come out. Like not the year, but will the Pixel Watch come out before the Pixel 6 or 7 or 8, or will it be later than that? Or will they ever have a Pixel Watch? I would love a Pixel Watch. I actually was talking about this on stream last week. My uncle, he is a big Android fan. He doesn't really care for Apple. And I actually wanted to surprise him for Father's Day and kind of get him a smartwatch. But as much as I would get him an Apple Watch because they work really well, he's not an Apple guy. So if there was a Pixel Watch, that would have been a great alternative, but we don't have that. So anyway, RSI LINNYC, thank you for the $5 super chat. Thank you for being a supporter. Appreciate that. I'll make sure to add you into the intro and outro to my June super chat live stream list. So thank you so much. Appreciate it, man. Okay, let me see here. Jay Mill says, I get why Google waited till next month for the 4A being due to the cooties virus, but despite the cooties virus, but despite the delay, it'll still be a great device to grab because of the price. That's also a fair point too. Big House Production says, yes, my OnePlus 7 Pro scanner is fast as fuck. Good to know. I still want a OnePlus 7 Pro. I would love to have one of those too. If I could, I would, but I would like all the phones, but I also don't have the money. So Jay Mill says, forgot about that feature from Google. Yeah, there you go. The Velvet is DOA. You might be right. You might be right. Let's see here. Team Verizon says, as a big Android guy, I'm a big fan of AirDrop. Yeah, it is such a cool feature. When I first saw it, I was like, yeah, big deal. Then I started using it. I'm like, oh, this is really nice. I wish I could just move stuff to my PC instead, but I'll take that for now. So anyway, Jay Mills says, I'm still using my Pixel XL. Your original? You're using the original Pixel XL still? Damn, man, that's OG. That's definitely OG. Wow. If you're saying that's what you're using, that's crazy, because I don't see many people saying they're still using their original Pixel. Deepak is saying AirDrop is amazing iOS feature. It really is. A super heavy 4K can be uploaded instantly. That's the thing. That's how good AirDrop is. It's surprisingly good. It really is. Jay Mill saying I was never really impressed with AirDrop from Apple. Really? So is there a reason why? Or is it just because it's like, yeah, it moves files. So what? I mean, it could be that reason alone, Samsung has quick share. It's an AirDrop like feature. Actually, I've never used that before. It's always funny how Samsung comes out with all these things and Google is like baking them in later. I wonder why. I wonder how Samsung is able to get that out quick. I've never used that. Does it work well? Have you tried it in Forest? I'm guessing you have. Android Stud and Android Stud's been on my show before, and this is exactly what he said before too. Google doesn't care. Google does not care. And when Leo said that, Leo, by the way, welcome to the stream. Nice to see you in here. When Android Stud first said that on the stream, and he said that Google just doesn't care, it kind of like blew my mind in a way, because I was like, shit, I'm here bitching about Google all the time. And maybe at the end of the day, Google really just doesn't care. They couldn't care less about how we felt about any of it. So maybe, and it sucks. I hate to say that. And it kind of like, it makes me feel like, well, then what loyalty do I have to this company if they don't care? But then what was that? That other article came out recently too, that Google sold a ton of Pixels and they beat their number. And you guys know how I feel about market share stuff. I don't really care. It is not my priority. For me, my priority is good phone, good quality product, good price for the consumer. Because at the end of the day, I care about the consumer, not a big company, because they're going to get their money, right? At the end of the day, they're going to get their money. But to what cost are they going to get their money to the consumer? Like, how screwed are we going to be? So, yeah, I don't know. Leo makes a good point, though. I see super chats in here. I see new members. Hold on. I will get back to chat. But Tana So Lit became a new YouTube member. Tana So Lit, man. Tana, appreciate it. Dude, thank you so much for being a new member. Appreciate that. I was going to say, you make member number... Well, I did have 20 YouTube members, and then I think one dropped out last month. So I think that makes you number 20. But Tana So Lit, thank you for the support, man. Thank you for being part of the Phone Jerome fam. Now you get the green in your name. You get the red Chicago Star, which I'm sure you'd be happy about, being a local Chicagoan. Tana, we should grab a beer one day, man. I've never, I know, you have your own channel and everything, and it's great. And we should link up one day. Shit, you should come on my show one day. Have a talk with me. We'll talk shop. But thank you for being a new YouTube member. I appreciate it, man. Thank you for the support. Thank you so much. Android Stud with a $9.99 super chat. Damn, dude. Leo, thank you so much. Hashtag salute. Pay for your frustrations with battery life, accidental touches, lack of Android airdrop, and Pixel 4a delays. Enjoy. I love how Leo is taking all the bad sides to it, and he's like making up for it with the super chat. Leo, thank you so much, man, for that support. Thank you for helping out. Thank you for helping offset costs for me, for doing what I do. And I've been doing these live streams now daily for a while, and I love doing it, man. It's awesome. I love sitting here and having a community and talking with chat, and to have you guys support that extra way, it really means a lot to me. So Leo, thank you so much, man. Thank you. Okay, guys, let me scroll back up here. Oh shit, I got another new member. Jay Mill is also another YouTube member. Jay Mill, thank you, man. I know you're not able to always come to these, but I always see you dropping some love. And then even with the super chat, and now joining as well. Thank you, man. Thank you guys so much. I still many days I kind of like sit back and I'm just like, I can't believe that like you guys take the time to not only come to the stream but support in that way. So Jay Mill, thank you, man. Thank you. Okay, I will scroll back up. I'll go back through chat. We'll talk. Let me see here. Okay, let me see if I can find my place. Jay Mill says Google changes their mind more than people change their clothes. You might be right. So let me see. Adani saying Jerome is going for the Pixel 3a or the iPhone SE 2020 a good decision, or should I still continue to wait for the 4a as I'm getting tired of waiting? I wouldn't get a 3a if I were you. If you really want an iPhone SE because you want, okay, let me put it this way. The iPhone SE is a good phone, but you got to live with that display. If you want that smaller display, you got to live with, well, actually that's about it, because it has a decent camera. It's not going to have the same kind of night mode that the iPhone 11 or 11 Pro gives you, but it's not bad. Here's another con. The iPhone SE, you got to deal with a $400 price tag with 64 gigs of internal storage. Now you can get 128 gigs for $450, which is a good deal, but it's still $450. I wouldn't get the 3. I mean, so, I might be biased about it. I just don't know if the 3A is a good deal right now with the chipset. I just don't know how well it's going to hold up a year or two from now. I mean, it might be fine. I don't know much about Snapdragon 600 series chipsets. I don't know if they're like, I don't know how they're going to be in the long run as far as longevity. I mean, they could be great. So if someone else wants to chime in and say, hey, their 3A's been great this whole time, but actually if Leo's still in this chat, Android Stud, he had a few choice words on the 3A. So, and I think it came down to build quality. So that might be something to, keep in mind. But if you're getting tired of waiting, I wouldn't be mad if you got a iPhone SE, especially if that fit your, I guess, your priorities. Plus you get like a badass chipset performance wise. You just get iOS, which I'm not a big fan of. You get a smaller display, but you'll get support for a long time and you'll still get a solid phone at the end of the day. But I would wait, I think, at least for the OnePlus Z. Try to hold off until July. See what the OnePlus Z gives you, because if the OnePlus Z is going to be under $400 with a Snapdragon 765G, that is going to be a pretty good phone, I think. Android Stud says, nice stream. Eating and streaming. Yeah, that is a good stream. Well, no, I thought about eating while streaming, but that would be for my other channel. And I don't know if I could do that yet. Tana, so Lit says, what's up, Jerome? Tana, again, thank you, man. Thank you for being a new member. I appreciate it. Okay, let me scroll down here. Sorry, guys, I'm not gonna get to everything at this point. There's just a lot. Tony is here too. Someone said iOS, so I'm here. Tony Fazzo, what's going on, man? Glad you can make it. Appreciate you stopping by. So many tech YouTubers in here, man. If you guys haven't, Tanaso Lit's a YouTuber and a musician. Tony Pazzo's in here as well. Also a YouTuber. Android Stud. Also a YouTuber. Give those guys some love if you guys haven't checked them out. Thank you guys for dropping by. Tana's saying airdrop is dope. Tony says airdrop king supreme. Six is in here as well. Six, what's going on, man? Welcome to the stream. It's getting to a point where Samsung knows Google better than Google itself. Think about that. Six actually makes a really good point, because it's not here's the thing. I am not the biggest Samsung fan, but Samsung knows how to do a lot of things right. And that comes in terms of build quality on a phone, right? That comes in terms of display, because like, yes, that's also part of build quality, I know, but display, the hardware of the phone, like all like that's like almost iPhone-esque, right? In terms of build quality, it's already up there. And then lately they've been getting stuff like with the updates on their phones. That stuff's been coming out quick. The only thing I'm not a fan of is sometimes they just put too much into their phones. They kind of like, they throw the kitchen sink in the phone. By that, I mean, they give a lot. And it might not be a bad thing. There are a lot of people who say, well, why wouldn't you want everything on a phone? Actually, let me share. Do I have another member? Who am I? I do. Oh shit, Leo became a new member. Leo, man, thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. Jesus. There's a ton of support today, guys. Thank you so much for the support. Leo, thank you for being a new member. Please, guys, take advantage of the perks of being a new member. Even the lowest tier ones, you guys get to use custom emoji. And now that I have new members, I'll be actually able to add a new emoji in there. So and I actually post stuff in the discussion in the community for just Patreon. I also have a Patreon, but that's a different story for YouTube members. But maybe I'll have you guys vote on what you guys want as a new emoji. We'll talk about it. Anyway, Leo, thank you so much, man. Guys, thank you. Real quick, I want to get back to Six's thing. So what was I saying? What I wanted to point out about Samsung, how I feel about Samsung is I do like Samsung products. I like the Galaxy A71, even for a phone that's $365. Again, I have the cheaper Galaxy A71 because I bought the international version that doesn't have 5G, but that is a hard phone for me not to recommend. It is still up there in price, so you might want to hold off. But for $365 for the Galaxy A71, you get a pretty good build, and you get like 6 gigs of RAM, a 730G chipset, 128 gigs of internal storage. But what I'm trying to say here is the way I feel about Samsung is, I keep saying the same shit at this point. Good hardware. It can be decently priced if you can find it, right? Usually they have really good deals. Updates have been pretty punctual. They've been coming pretty much at the same time or even before Google. I mean, Google releases their updates on the first Monday of every month, which is fair. Like that's what they've given us. So every time people say Samsung did it first, it's like, dude, Google says that they release their updates the first Monday of the month. So it's to be expected. That's when they release it. But anyway, Google or Samsung's been releasing their stuff early. But here's the point I've been trying to make too. The thing about Samsung sometimes is like, I am not the biggest fan of their UI. And sometimes I don't like when they add so much stuff to their phones to the point where I can't remove stuff, like having duplicate apps, like having 2 messaging apps, or you know what I'm talking about, just adding extra stuff that maybe I would rather not want. But I understand Google wants you to be in their ecosystem. They want you to use Bixby. They want you to kind of like, they're trying to get a piece of the pie too. And I understand that. It's just not for me. The way that I sometimes rationalize this with people, I've said this actually in one of my very first videos back when I started back in like 2015, 2016, is I think about it like a pizza. Right? Imagine you're going to a restaurant and you order a pizza, or, you go into that restaurant and you're at a pizza restaurant and they come out and they give you a supreme pizza. You didn't ask for a supreme pizza, but they gave you a supreme pizza. It has fucking everything on it, everything. And in your head, you're like, I don't like onions. I don't like onions. I'm not a big fan of onions. Unless it's green onion. I'm good with that. Or if it's raw white onion and cilantro on a taco, like that's the way to eat a taco. But I'm going off tangent here. What I'm trying to say is sometimes how I feel about Samsung is it's like you go to a pizza restaurant or you go to a pizza place and they give you a supreme pizza and you didn't ask for that. And that's what I like about stock Android is it kind of starts off as a plain cheese pizza and then you get to add what you want to it. Does that make sense? Now, it doesn't mean that that's the best because look at how long Google is taking to get things like Samsung, right? As far as screen recording, we were just talking about Samsung Share to putting like an AirDrop like feature, like that kind of stuff. Sometimes takes a lot longer to bake into Android's, stock Android's OS. So yeah, it kind of goes both ways. Again, nobody gets a free pass here. I try to be as transparent as possible. I try to give you like my opinions on that. Am I biased? Yes, I am biased, guys, but I wear that on my sleeve. You guys know I like stock Android. You guys know that I root for Google, but I also call the bullshit where the bullshit needs to be called out. So anyway, I know I kind of like went too far into it, but that's kind of how I relate to it. So, okay. Jay Mills says, besides the speed from AirDrop, I've always felt AirDrop was overhyped. I can care less how fast AirDrop is. I can access my content from my phone to my MacBook almost as easy via Google services. And Jay Bill, like, that's a fair point, man. I guess for me, it's something that I was never privy to. I never knew something like that really existed. So when I used it, I was like, that's pretty cool. I wish Android had that, but I get it. I totally get it. So I'm with you, man. I'm with you. All right. So let's see. Let me scroll down here. Oh, guys, thank you again so much. Paul Hendricks is in here as well. They say the battery life is going to sucks big time on the iPhone. Oh, shit. I forgot about that. How could I miss that? Yes. Who was asking that question? Adeniyi, right? Yes, totally forgot about that. Battery sucks on the iPhone SE. I had it. Battery is not like it's not awful, but you're gonna get Pixel-like battery, which is also very mediocre. It's subpar. So yeah, if you're buying a phone because battery is priority, think about a battery pack. Or yeah, don't get the iPhone SE. Paul, thank you for saying that. Paul, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the chat. Nice to see you again. Android Stud says, just bought the Pixel 3a for my dad, $219 at Best Buy, open box. That's a pretty cheap price though. At $200, that's kind of that's a good deal, I would say. At that price at that point. So Grant is in here too. Yo, Jerome in stream, stopping by between damn meetings. Grant, what's going on, man? Welcome to the stream. Nice to see you. Always stopping by. Grant's always a busy guy. Grant's also a YouTuber. Grant always has awesome photos that he takes on his new phone. So check him out as well. And I love that Grant, even though he's busy, he still gets a chance to stop by and say hi and say what's up. So Grant, thank you so much, man. Okay, let me scroll up. Oh, I see a not $2, a £2 super chat from Team Varai. Team Varai, thank you so much, man. Thank you for the support, guys. Everybody, thank you so much. Team Varai, thank you again. I will also not forget to watch that KFC console video. Team Varai, thank you for the support. It means a lot to me. For everybody, it means a lot to me. Guys, again, thank you so much. Deepak says here, they give a lot, but maybe too much stuff. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it. Adeni Jai says, thanks for your advice, Jay. Continue the great job. We love you. Thanks, man. Thank you. Appreciate that. Okay. Let me see here. Jay Mill says, if Google put the 865 Snapdragon in the 4A last minute and kept the price the same, I think that would be the real game changer. Yeah, but how is a Snapdragon 865 going to be priced at $350? There's no way. But yeah, of course, that would be the real game changer. But we all know that's not going to happen. I would love to see it. But yeah, Tony Pazzo says Axon 11 Pro. Didn't we just talk about the Axon 11? I think we did. I don't know much about that phone. I wish I knew more about that phone. There's so much that I have to get into. But are you just shouting that out, Tony? Are you telling people to get it right now? I don't know much about the Axon. Tectonic says I need no less than 32 gigs of RAM in my phones. Tectonic, there's on Friday night Tech Talk, the stream that I'll occasionally do with Mike and Will and George and Ted is there's a member in there. His name is Gary. Gary's always funny. He always talks about that with OnePlus because he's not a big fan of OnePlus. He's like, yeah, OnePlus with their 86 gigs of RAM on their phones. 32 gigs. There you go. That's what I have on my PC. Okay, so let me see here. Sorry guys, I'm not gonna be able to go through everything. We're already past the hour. I only went through 3 stories today. Don't know if it makes sense, but I'm hungry now. I want a slice of cheese pizza and a Pixel 5. There you go. RSI, Lion, NYC. Jerome's making me hungry, yo, but I agree 100%. I personally don't like iOS or Samsung also. There you go. Hackney Man, welcome to the stream. Nice to see you. Finally settled on the 4XL as I got a deal. Awesome. Oh, shit, that's right. Because didn't you return, you had the 8 Pro, didn't you? Didn't you return that? Oh, yeah, you did. In the last few months, I tried both the OP8, the OnePlus 8 and 8 Pro, and the S20 Plus. My driver was the iPhone, but now I can give that to my dad. Good to be back on Android. There you go. I'm glad you found something that works for you, man. That is the one I would recommend to people if they wanted to get a Pixel 4, is to buy the XL version. That would be my advice. I have the 4, and I bought it because I really like the smaller form factor, but the battery is just, that's why I don't have the iPhone SE either. That battery didn't do well for me, so I just returned it. Well, plus it doesn't have the same camera as my iPhone 11 Pro, but I expected that. Y says, I don't really care about stock Android. I like EMUI, and I like what Samsung does to join pictures into one video, but in general, I just like Android. Fair enough. And that's the beauty, too, of Android, at least, is that we have choices. We have options, which is a good thing. It's just, I think the only thing that's tough is the confusion around other consumers, because some consumers don't know what to buy, but maybe that's what I'm here for, right? Or at least that's what we're here for as a community, to kind of help people and figure out what they should be getting. Okay, so let me see here. Jay Mill says he has to go. Gotta run. Y'all be safe. Be safe, Rome. Jay Mill, thank you so much, man. Appreciate the support, being a member. Again, I can't thank all of you guys enough. So J Mill, thank you, man. Be safe. Okay. Y says, I'd like to see what happens with Xperia 5 Mark II when it gets announced, as it is compact, a flagship, and cheaper. I would like to, God, I know people are starting to talk about that Xperia 1 Mark II, but if you guys saw on my stream last week, I really want to get, I don't know if I can get the money for it. I really want to get the new Huawei P40, was it Pro Plus, even though it's $1,600, because I heard the camera is ridiculously good on it. I heard that camera will trounce on the iPhone 11 Pro and the Pixel 4, and I'd like to see so myself. I just don't know if I want to drop that money, but we'll see. Big House says, yeah, Gary Brown is funny. Yeah, that's exactly who I'm talking about there. So, okay, guys, let's move on here. Okay, so this is just going to be a quick story. I might just kind of like fly through a couple of these. This article from Tech Radar is saying Android 11 beta is available now for the Xiaomi phone, but you shouldn't download it. And it's just for the Xiaomi 10 initially, the Xiaomi Mi 10. So if you have a Xiaomi Mi 10, the Android 11 beta is rolling out. So it says here the Xiaomi Mi 10 Pro and Poco F2 Pro aren't eligible yet, despite Xiaomi saying the beta would also be coming to those phones, but it's likely that they'll get the update in the coming days. Why did it say why not to get it? Yeah. So it's a public beta, so it's for general phone users to download and test out, but the versions OnePlus and Xiaomi have put out are developers' builds intended for people who'd want to make apps for the corresponding phone. So pretty much what they're saying is like, be careful because everything might not work for it. So I don't know if it's the best idea. If you have a Xiaomi Mi 10, maybe it isn't the best time to get Android 11 beta. But I will say Android 11 beta so far on my Pixel 4 has been pretty solid, but I've noticed it will usually crash Telegram here and there, which is annoying. It still works. It just crashes every now and then, but it's to be expected. It's a beta. It's not going to, it doesn't have all the kinks worked out, but yeah, just thought I'd share that story. none of these are really like huge stories at this point. I have this article from Android Police that's talking about that the next OnePlus flagship phone could switch to super fast 65-watt charging. Looks like OnePlus's need for speed will soon make Warp Charge 30T obsolete. So I have a few thoughts on this, but I don't know how much I'm going to get into it. Recent OnePlus phones have been all about speed, from snappy performance to speedy charging tech. The company is so absorbed by this notion that it waited a long while before introducing wireless charging to make sure its implementation lived up to its high standards. So right now, the Warp Charge does what? 30 watts, right? You can get 30 watts of charging on wired through your OnePlus 8 and 8 Pro, right? But now they're saying, for the OnePlus 8T, we're going to give you 65-watt wired charging, which it's not a bad thing, right? Having 65-watt wired charging for your phone is an awesome feature. And I think I talked about this in like a group chat I'm with, but I feel like this is probably something that they could have already put into the OnePlus 8. They didn't have to wait to put it in the next OnePlus 8T, but they probably waited for it on purpose because they don't want to give everything right away, because they want to find a reason to have an upgrade every 6 months, which I don't know. I don't really agree with the 6-month update. Am I opposed to new phones? No, but for the sake of if the point is to like hold back on upgrades just so you can release a new phone every 6 months, that's where I have a problem, because then again, you're screwing the consumer. What else is this OnePlus 8T going to have, or OnePlus 8T Pro going to have when it comes out? So you're going to have 65-watt wired charging. What else? Are you going to improve the cameras on the OnePlus 8? Is the 8 Pro going to even have better cameras at this point? And then I guess not to add on to that is what is the price going to be for the OnePlus 8T and the OnePlus 8T Pro? Are you going to bump the price again, or are you going to be dropping the price of the OnePlus 8 and the OnePlus 8 Pro like you probably should? Because that is probably what you should be doing if you're going to keep the price at $700 and $900 for the 8T and the 8T Pro. I don't know. I mean, for me, I feel like that is the one thing that bothers me about releasing a phone every 6 months, is that you might have features that you could have released, but you didn't, because you know that you want to hold it off for the successor, because you're going to have another phone in 6 months. And that doesn't sit well with me, especially if you're going to be bumping the price up like OnePlus has been doing. It makes me wonder. I don't know how you guys feel about it. Do you think they're going to bump the price up again for the 8T and the 8T Pro? Because they're going to get so much shit for it if they bump the price up again. I feel like if they release the 8T and the 8T Pro, then they need to drop the price of the 8 and the 8 Pro by, I don't know, $100. I think that would be fair. That would be a really good deal if they drop that phone another $100. I would probably buy that phone at that price. I don't know. That's how I feel about it. DB Cooper, hey man, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the chat. Nice to see you. T-Mobile is down. Anyone else having issues? Sorry for being off topic. You're good, DB Cooper. Welcome to the stream. Actually, I have T-Mobile. I have bars right now. I'm looking at my phone right now and I'm good. So I'm okay on this end. I'm here in Chicago though, so I don't know where you're at. Anyway, welcome to the stream. Deepak Murthy says 6-month upgrades will slowly lose consumers. That's true too. I mean, it also, I mean, let's not mention that doing that, I feel like it kind of makes people who just bought your phone feel like they were cheated a little bit, because it's like, oh, I should have just waited then. And then I don't know. I think I don't mind having a re-release, or I don't mind having a successor to a phone if it actually calls for it. If there's a reason to put out a new phone and actually have it be that much better, then I can see doing that. But otherwise, I don't know if that's really worth it. I really don't. Okay, you know what? So I'm just gonna leave these as kind of like finishing touches on this. So Apple, we'll talk about Apple stuff. We'll just we'll do this real quick. Apple sends out, oh, Brian is saying call service is down. Okay. So there you go, DB Cooper. Call service is down is what he's saying. It still works. Yeah, Team Verizon 6 months is too fast. I agree. Unless there's a good reason for it. Otherwise, I don't see the point. Okay. This article from, what is it? Mac Rumors? Yeah, Mac Rumors. As Apple gears up for its 2020 WWDC event that will be held in a digital-only capacity, the company today sent out invites inviting members of the media to tune into the keynote that's set to take place on Monday, June 22nd. So next week. Apple will hold its keynote event at the standard time, 10 a.m. Pacific time. While the event will be digital only with no non-employees attending, Apple execs will be broadcasting from Apple Park. Some people have noted that much of Apple's wording around the invite does not include the word live, which suggests that Apple will be recording the keynote in advance and then broadcasting it on the 22nd. Apple today also updated its main apple.com website to invite all Apple users to watch the keynote event in addition to media, and sent out invite to developers. So I also have this article here that says that the Apple developer app gets a redesign and new features ahead of WWDC. Ahead of the 2020 Worldwide Developers Conference, which is set to take place next Monday, Apple has updated its Apple developer app for the iPhone and the iPad. The new version of the app includes a redesigned Discover tab to make it easier, which is right here, to catch up on news, videos, and more, plus an option to favorite articles in addition to videos and session content. A refreshed Browse tab allows users to search for existing sessions, videos, and articles, and the WWDC tab has been revamped to prepare for the upcoming WWDC event. And that's it. That's what's going on for this WWDC. WWWW. Are you guys excited for WWDC? Do you guys watch them? I really don't watch them, but I will this time, I think. Maybe I should live stream it and just, I don't know, who would watch me reacting to a WWDC thing? I don't know. Doesn't really seem that exciting. But yeah, this event is coming out next week for anyone who's interested in it, who might be excited for it. I guess for me, I'm more excited to know when the OnePlus Z is coming or the Pixel 4a, or what else am I waiting for? Those are the two phones I'm waiting for. It's so funny how I'm talking about Apple, but I'm just like, yeah, but Android, guys, but Android. Okay, let me get back into chat here. So Deepak says at least Samsung has two separate lines, the S and the Note line. Y says, I think the only change from 2020's T series should just be a processor update from the 865 to the 865 Plus, and that's it. And the actual number updates be actually big. That's fair. Adani Ajayi says, sorry, this is off topic, but why is Samsung releasing so many mid-range, top mid-range, and high-end phones every now and then without long-range support? Adani, this is something I talk about all the time. Samsung has so many goddamn phones, so many. And we're not just talking about mid-range. We're talking about budget phones too. There's so many different ones. I was just talking about how I have the Galaxy A71, but that's the international 4G version. And now they're releasing a 5G version for the US. There's just so many of them out there. Motorola's doing the same thing with all of their Moto phones, naming it different things. And I don't think it is so. Again, I am not their marketer. I don't look at their sales numbers, but I think doing that kind of stuff just adds so much confusion to the consumer. And I wish it wasn't that way, but maybe this is how they get people to buy their phones. They just have all these different sectors, all these different like steps of ranges of prices, and maybe that's just how they do it. Team Fries says, would be down for a live stream react though. Not gonna lie. I mean, I'll think about it. My life is about to get really busy soon. There's a lot of stuff going on with my news org, but we'll see. We'll figure it out. It might be something I could do. It would be fun to do that for like a OnePlus Z event. I would be excited to do that, to get a live reaction. But the only problem with that is like, wouldn't you guys rather just watch the live stream than me reacting to the live stream? Because I don't even think I can. Well, maybe what you could do is put the live stream on. No, but there's a delay. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Fear the Rue 42. have I seen you in here before? I swear. I think I've seen this name, but Fear the Roof 42. Welcome to the stream. Nice to have you. Sorry, it's not Samsung, and I know I just logged on. It's okay. People ask questions all the time, and I try to answer. So sorry if I missed it, but where's my Pixel 4a? So I'll give you the answer that I gave them. I gave the audience earlier. Where is your 4a? Here's my answer for you. The 4a, you'll have it in July or as late as October or somewhere in between. Yeah, real talk. We don't know where the 4A is. We don't know if it's going to be rebranded and named something else because it might just get released in October with the Pixel 5. But we don't know. We don't know. And don't hold your breath. I think some of us in chat are just like, well, let's just get the One Plus Z instead. But yeah, I don't know where your 4A is, and I don't know where mine is either. And I'm sure there are a lot of people in chat here who's also wondering where their 4A is. But Fear the Roof 42, welcome to the stream, man. Welcome to the chat. Appreciate you stopping by. Why 2019 says seems the Wonder Woman movie sequel will finally come this June 22nd on WWDC, as it stands for Warner's Wonderful DC. There you go. Okay, guys. Real quick, for everyone who's here, for people who've been watching, people who've been lurking, appreciate you stopping by, even if you're lurking and you're not saying hi. Appreciate you just hanging around. If you guys haven't had a chance, please consider liking the stream. Liking the stream helps me in an algorithmic kind of way, aka I think it helps people find the stream, helps people engage in chat. At the same time, I do stream Mondays through Fridays every day at 2 p.m. Central, which is 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific, and I don't know where else around the world, but you know, that's the time I stream Mondays through Fridays. We talk tech every day. So if you guys haven't, consider being a subscriber. If you subscribe, then you'll get notified about when I'm streaming, although it is at the same time every day. So even if you're not a subscriber, feel free to check me out around this time. And real quick, if you are in stream and you're looking in chat, I meant if you're looking in the chat stream and you see people with green in their name, you see a red Chicago star next to their name, that is their Chicago Star badge, and that is because they are part of the Team Jerome Phone Jerome fam. I'll get that right one of these days. And you can be part of the team too, or the fam is what I'm trying to say, for as little as 99 cents a month. All you got to do is click the join button. You'll get that red Chicago Star badge. You'll get to use custom emoji. You'll get your name at the intro and outro to every single one of my live streams. Again, you could do so for as little as 99 cents a month. There are other tiers as well that gives you private access to my Discord and other things that are coming down the line. Hopefully, just depends. Again, all you got to do is click the join button. If you can't find the join button, you can go to youtube.com/phone Jerome/join. It's as simple as that. Otherwise, I think that might be rounding it out for the show. But before I go, I do want to thank everybody for stopping by. I want to thank everybody for all the support today. When it comes to you guys, even again, if you guys can't support in that way, I totally understand. Please, don't feel obligated, but just to be in here, to engage in chat, all of that stuff is really meaningful to me. And I can't thank you guys enough. To have that kind of support is sometimes I still get taken aback at how much support I get here. And it does mean the world to me. It makes me do what I do daily. And I guess with that being said, that might be it. I don't think there's much else to go on. As I'm talking, I'm also making sure my outro is ready to go. But if you guys aren't aware, again, I do this every day at 2 p.m. Central. So we will be doing this again tomorrow. If you guys came in late, feel free to check out the replay when it comes on. It doesn't always come on right away, but feel free to check out the replay. Catch the whole show then. Otherwise, I will be back tomorrow, 2 p.m. Central. We'll do it all over. We'll talk about more news. Team Varai, I will make sure to watch that KFC console video right after I finish the stream. But for everyone else, thank you guys for stopping by. Oh shit, I see a super chat at the last second from Big House Productions for a $5 super chat. Big House Productions, thank you so much for the super chat, man. Thank you for being a consistent supporter. I mean, not only as a YouTube member, but also with the super chats. You're one of the regulars, man, and I can't thank you enough. Thank you for helping offset the cost for all of this stuff for everyone who did that today. Thank you guys so much. Support for the channel. Great stream, Jerome. Big House Productions. Thank you so much, man. Can't thank you enough, guys. Thank you. We'll do it again tomorrow. Come back 2 p.m. Central. Here comes the outro. Bye for now. Here's me waving until I switch the screen. Bye. Oh, well, okay. Now I'm waving. Now I'm not. Bye.